But international media going out there as a goodwill ambassador, saying that media perceptions are wrong, guys. There's a glorious part to Pakistan. There's a fun part to Pakistan. Please cover that. We're not just mountains and we're not just about rocket-propelled grenades. There's more to us than you guys show. That's fine. We've seen that. But your fans here are asking a very different question. They're talking about day-to-day issues. They're talking about issues on the ground. Here, even here, right here in Lahore. They're saying you can go to the moon market victims in the local hospital and just visit them. And that'll change their lives.
That's a good idea. I would certainly love to go there and visit them. But having said that, Wajahat, I mean, that's a beautiful suggestion. That's a beautiful thought. But remember that I cannot be held accountable for not doing that. An artist, a musician cannot.
But you do feel pumped up about it, though. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, how can I not be?
Because, see, here's the thing. You've said, for example, in an interview, in a rare interview, because you don't give interviews, after your kidnapping, you talked about your kidnapping with your wife, who was then your fiancée. But you then go on to talk about national security. You didn't make it about yourself. You said that, there's a need for the government, and this is a quote, we need to do something very fast about national security. You said that. On the youth, you said, and this is a quote, whatever interaction I have had with the youth of Pakistan, there is a great sense of depression and tension which prevails, right? Now, that's fine, but this is not news, Ali.
No, you listen, tell me. Here's my perspective. I pick up my guitar and go to Moon Market and start singing in the hospital. And the burnt victim says that, dude, I'm dying here and aapko music ki soch rahi hai? You want to do music and sing songs?
So it's all relative. So it's all relative.
Yes,
that's what you're saying?
is, yeah.
Gray areas all around. But you're going to stay in the gray areas, not do a black and white position.
Well, the grays for me might be extremely dark or white. There might be grays for you.
So it's relative. Good stuff. Good philosophical stuff there, Ali. Okay, now, back to reality, or at least perceived reality. We were just talking about the media in the West. Now, you're in the middle of a shooting war, whether you like it or not, because a certain New York Times blogger, not really a journalist for that matter, has called you guys, quoted, not you, but most of your peers, and you were on TV talking about this just the other night, in an article called Tuning Out the Taliban. He's gone on and made a short documentary where he's called you guys bubblegum stars, right? And he's quoted a bunch of your peers. These are some of the excerpts. He's quoted Ali Azmat of Junoon saying that the Pakistani public is not interested in love songs anymore, we have to get political. But Ali also goes on to say that it is not the fault of the Taliban that they blow up girls' schools. He also goes on to say that neocons want to de-Islamize Pakistan. That's his politics. You don't have to comment on that. To each his own. Fasi Zaka, who is a Peshawar-based music critic, says that pop stars are mimicking, and this is where I want to build up on, pop stars are mimicking the general apologist argument that this war is not our fault, right? So he's taking a stand here. Nadeem Farooq Paracha says that some pop stars can perhaps even address the school issues. Don't get political. Don't take on the Taliban. Don't side with the Americans. Don't get political. But at least talk about the schools which these guys are blowing up. Take a stand somewhere, please. My thing is that we've got all sorts of examples here. We've got Ali Azmat and his neocon theory, and Nouri and the Taliban are not our problem theory, to these guys saying that we're being apologists. We haven't heard from you on this issue at all.
Well, somebody's got to make music too. I mean, you know about this. It's not so simple. It's very complicated to the core. There are different powers associated with the complexity, the different avenues that are sensitive.
You're dodging the question. That's really, a lot of big words right now.
It's really beyond my capabilities to be able to make a political statement on that. I really don't think that I'm well versed, and let's stick to what NFP is saying. He's saying don't make a political statement.
He's saying don't side with the Taliban, don't side with the Americans, don't side with this PPP-led coalition, don't take any sides with the army or the navy or the air force or whatever. He's saying just speak out about the atrocities. Speak out about something.
Speak how? His way of speaking is through his columns. Our way of speaking is through our music.
Which brings me to the question which perhaps Coven, another Lahore-based band, said. And they said that, and they're an underground band, or a relatively underground band, and they said that mainstream stars need to take a stand. We can't, because we're underground, nobody really watches us, nobody really cares about us. But they did say that mainstream stars need to take a stand, and once again, that means you.
Yeah, but a stand against what? What exactly? Mainstream stars have taken a stand. I mean, look at us, the way we are. It represents a certain ideology in itself. The kind of music that we play, the clothes that we wear, it's a certain lifestyle, right? And that is certainly contrary to the extremist ideology. My personal ideology and philosophy is based on other things. For example, I'm more of a how should I define it? I want it to be like from the heart to the heart. All love, all love, all love. No statements, no judging anyone, no, I'll do this and I'll change the world and you have done this and look at you. That's just not my...
But is it showing in your day job? Is it showing in your music? Fine. Like in Shehzad Roy's case, it's showing. In Ali Azmat's case, it's showing. In Coven's case, it's showing. People are saying it's not showing in Ali Zafar's case.
I'm not.
We see more of you on TV ads versus, you know.
Once again, as a musician, I'm not obligated to do that. You were talking about day-to-day things, right? Day-to-day things. But those are day-to-day. What about centuries and decades? We need to plan on decades, 10 to 20 to 30 years. What is a child in a school thinking right now? The thought, the core connection. That's what we need to build on also. The basic disease, the core problem, rather than putting banal on the burn, we have to extinguish the fire.
Okay, hold that thought right there, Ali. We're going to take a short break. We're talking to Ali Zafar. You're watching TalkBack. Stay tuned.